Howdy folks, Mr. Gage here from the East Cleveland Public Library. Welcome to week 7 of our garden club. I'm flying solo for right now because we've got a couple meetings, couple passports that are being taken care of. So I might be joined by some of our other team members soon. But right now I wanted to get started and tell you about what we're doing for week 7. We are going to transplant our cilantro and parsley. We are going to thin and up pot our tomatoes. We are going to start some cold stratified wildflowers. And then what we're also going to do is begin our zucchini and our yellow squash. So to do all of that, we have to make some dirt. So we're going to use a very simple potting soil mix. And the first ingredient of our potting soil mix is this cocoa coir. And if you remember a few videos back from our other soil video, cocoa coir is simply the outer husks of a coconut that's been ground up and compressed. It comes in bricks, looks just like this. We're going to add about a gallon of water and this will expand. Alrighty, this is our expanded cocoa coir fiber. You can see how much we got out of one tiny brick. I'll hold up the brick in comparison. You see we got so much in here, but we're going to have to make some additions to the cocoa coir. So the first thing that we're going to add is about a handful or two of perlite, maybe a little more. We want some good, maybe about 10% of this mix should be about perlite. So I'm going to have to add a little more. There we go. And if you remember, perlite is a mind-expanded volcanic rock that has been heated. It explodes like popcorn. And this will make sure that our soil isn't too dense and compact and that it will drain well. Excuse me, perlite is very dusty, so be careful when you're pouring it. We're also going to add about the same amount of vermiculite. So vermiculite looks like that. This is a naturally occurring lightweight magnesium aluminum iron silicate that expands like popcorn when heated, but it is porous. So as opposed to the white fluffiness of the perlite, the vermiculite, you can see, looks a lot different. It's a lot smaller. It's more porous. This is going to help us retain moisture and retain nutrients, but release them more slowly. So when we add nutrients or water our plants, this vermiculite is going to help retain that, but the perlite is going to make sure that the water doesn't just like sit there and our soil gets too muddy or too swampy. So we're going to just mix all this together into our cocoa coir. Make sure we get a nice even mix. And you can see it's already starting to look like a very nice, very nutrient, I wouldn't say nutrient rich yet. We're going to add some more nutrients, but it's already starting to look like a nice, good quality potting soil. All right, this will make our plants very happy, very healthy. All righty, and we're going to add one more ingredient. These are worm castings, and they look like that. Right? This almost is similar to compost. Now, worm castings are an organic byproduct of earthworms digesting organic matter. This is essentially worm manure or worm poop. It is loaded with concentrated plant nutrients, beneficial bacteria, enzymes that are going to improve soil health, increase water retention, and it acts as a safe, slow-release fertilizer that isn't going to burn out our plants. So we're just going to mix this in here, but these are the nutrients that we've talked about. When we talk about adding nutrients, that's the nutrients. But remember, this is primarily cocoa coir. We've only added about, couple handfuls of the vermiculite, couple handfuls of the worm castings, couple handfuls of the perlite to throw in there. So this is primarily cocoa coir. And I'm going to do a quick cost analysis. That's looking good. But you see how much soil we got out of that. That's probably, I don't know if you can see it. It comes to like up here on the bucket. That's a lot of soil. That is a ton of soil. This is what we're going to use as our basic potting mix. And think about just with a few simple ingredients, you're able to make tons of soil just like this. So this is our basic mix. And I want to talk about cost. A brick of cocoa coir like this costs about $5, $6. Let's start with $6. We've used maybe $1 worth of perlite, maybe $1 worth of vermiculite. Now we're up to $8. Let's say we use $2 worth of worm castings. These are a little more pricey than these 2 bags. We're at $10 for this much soil. I want you to compare this soil to the soil prices of things like Fox Farm or Happy Frog. They cost about twice as much as this, if not more, and we're getting so much more soil for the cost. So I want you to think about making your own soil and why making your own soil, especially if you're going to be planting a lot of crops like we are, might be a good idea for your starting potting mixes, for starting your seeds, and even starting some of your flowers, or even doing some indoor house plants. This potting mix would absolutely work for some of your indoor house plants that like a good, well-draining soil that will hold on to its nutrients. So this could work for that as well. Think about making your own soil, but let's get planting. So our tomatoes are doing exactly what we need them to do. Some of them are growing so strong that we're going to have to up-pot them like this. What we're going to do is, remember, if you look at our tomato, all those little hairs, get the leaf out of the way, all the little hairs on the stem there they go, all those become roots if we put dirt around them. So this plant definitely has a lot of roots to give us. What we're going to do is split these 2 seedlings up. We might even have 3 seedlings there, into separate pots and cover them so that only the top stems. We're going to probably fill this seedling to right about here. Everything else is going to be under the dirt because that'll grow the roots. So that's what our next step is in the garden. Remember, we're doing this. We want really solid root structure because this way we'll have lots of tomatoes to give to you at our Founders Day on May 30th, starting at noon. Alrighty, folks, just a quick recap of what we've done today. These are our wildflower mix starters. We've mixed all the wildflowers together, all the wildflower seeds that we cold stratified and put them in these orange containers so that we can give those out at Founders Day. We try to up pot and support our cilantro and our parsley. I'm hoping I did a good job. Some of them may have gotten a little too covered, but hopefully we will have lots of cilantro and parsley to give away. These are going to be our yellow squash. So we've started those. We up potted some of our tomatoes and we supported some of those stems with dirt. We also did some green zucchini, I believe, in these. Just did them just like our summer squash. So we're going to have zucchini, tomatoes, yellow squash, herbs, wildflowers. Lots of stuff for our garden. And hopefully some of this will be extra and we can give it away to you on Founders Day, May 30th, starting at noon.